I'm probably gonna come off as an asshole after this, but it is what it is. I was walking to the train station to head to school today when I am stopped by someone to try to spread the news of Jesus with me. I openly and very politely tell him, right off the bat, not wasting any time, I'm an atheist, I really prefer not to have this conversation, and I'm actually need to go somewhere. I'm headed to school. Apparently, there's something about me that just screams, I need to be talked to about Jesus. And he continues to start to follow me and continues to try to preach to me. I turn around again and I'm like, dude, just stop. I'm an atheist. I really cannot have this conversation with you right now. And he continues. I mean, I've already told you twice, no, don't do this. I did stop and I kind of ripped into him. He started asserting that you couldn't have things like the sun without God. And so I tried to explain to him very politely, how gravity works with particles to create and coalesce into the sun and to other stars. He started yelling at me, saying, "You're believing those lies. That's not the truth. Those are all just lies that you're forced to believe." And I'm like, yes, gravity is a lie. Please, jump up and leave the space. Gravity is a complete lie. It just digressed from there. He starts screaming over me again that people who believe science and believe lies are led to homosexuality and to all this stuff. So I really do start ripping into him and explaining to him some 1,500 species where homosexual behavior has been observed and only one where homophobia is. You're trying to profess this whole love thing and a benevolent God that truly loves people, that sends people for hell for nothing, for more than vanity, that hates things like homosexuality and hates things apparently like science, but is okay with rape and murder and torture, is okay with genocide, is okay with slavery, and you're really gonna try to preach that, and he just continued to go off, and so I admit it didn't end the most diplomatically, but as he's trying to have this exchange of talking over me, of telling me that I'm gonna burn in hell, and as I'm continually ripping into him for his beliefs and such nonsense, a couple people walk past, and the mumbling that I heard from them of, "Oh God, why don't those atheists just shut up?" Really? Like, I didn't want to have the conversation initially. Yes, I did rip into him because he would not stop, which I have every right to do. But it's not like I went out of my way to go and harass someone who I didn't even know was a Christian, who I really didn't even care was a Christian. And I get the stigma of, I'm going out of my way and I just need to shut up and be respectful of other people's faith. I will. If you do not try to force me into yours, and if you can respect that I don't have one, and that I don't need one. You get people that have atheists are so militant with their views, but really, honestly, most of the people that I've met that do speak about their atheism has been first attracted and have people come out to them and say, well, I'm a Christian, and you need to believe this, and Jesus is the good news, and I want to share that with you. Sorry. No. I know that you're told from your book that you're supposed to. You're also told you're supposed to stone people who work on the Sabbath. You don't do that one. Why do I have to be stuck with the stigma of being the unbearable, militant atheist for basically defending myself over someone who is literally following me and screaming their message towards me? Why can I not defend myself with that and make them feel like a dick? Which eventually he did shut up and seemed to feel like a pretty big dick, which I successfully did my job then. It's a two-way street. If you want me to respect your views, then you should at least have enough respect when I say I do not want to have this conversation to not press it. If you press it, I am going to get angry, and I am going to probably rip you to shreds. And especially don't use the Bill O'Reilly, you can't explain that bullshit in part of it, when it is something that you can explain with some basic things, with a basic understanding of science. I mean, you don't even need advanced science. Gravity's in charge of creating new stars and creating planets for the initial collapse of it. You don't need advanced science in that. And do not come to someone who's studying science and say that you need God to explain that and that their entire career is a lie. I really wish for people like him that gravity really wasn't true and really wasn't a lie, that he could just jump high enough and float off into space and I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. But whether you want things to be facts or not, facts are facts, whether you believe them or not. So I just have to deal with individuals like that, because they don't just float away. Proof that there's no God. This isn't even like to all the atheists out there. It's just more of a basic rant. It's not even out to all the theists out there. If you see an atheist and a theist arguing, don't automatically assume that the atheist started it. Don't automatically assume that the atheist is going out of their way to push their beliefs, or don't automatically assume that, oh, that's an unbearable atheist because they just can't let other people have their beliefs. I just wanted to go to class, and if you push the right buttons, I will bite back. I'm human. It happens. I'm a human that's allergic to bullshit. Thanks for allowing me to get out that nice, fun little rant.